A bit of a shootout here. Let's look at 3 different ways to drill your pocket holes, from the R3 Jr. to the 520 Pro, all the way up to the Kreg Foreman pocket hole machine. See which one's best for different applications. So the R3 Jr. jig is extremely portable. I mean, just look at the pint size of this thing. You can put that anywhere, and it can do a lot of the same things as far as drilling pocket holes that the larger jigs can. So if the lowest entry point is really important to you, and you're not quite as concerned as the quick and easy ergonomics, the R3 might be the jig for you. Adjust for your workpiece thickness by sliding these side rails until they click into place. Now this will handle thicknesses from 1/2 inch all the way up to 1.5 inches. I like the way the Kreg clamp slips securely into the R3 jig, and that's easy enough to use, but you do want to make sure to get a clamp that's big enough to secure your workpiece down to the bench. A situation where the 520 Pro really wins hands down is when you're trying to add a few more pocket holes to something that's already partially assembled. That rotating pistol grip handle just makes that so easy to do. Just drop your workpiece down into the jig and tighten up the clamp. Now if you have a wide workpiece, you can always use a scrap as an outrigger support, or there's a clever slot that can be used with an optional clamp to secure the jig to your workbench. You can twist this knob clockwise to lock it in place, and here's where the rotating handle is so convenient. When I'm working at the bench, I like to have it in this horizontal position. Where the Foreman wins is on dust collection and ergonomics. Of course, it's a lot quicker and a lot easier to drill pocket holes with a big machine like this, thanks to the long lever arm of that handle. The fence adjustments are super easy to make, but the nicest thing is, if you're just working with 3/4 inch plywood, like most people do, you get to just set it and forget it. The clamp settings, the depth settings in the back, and the fence settings just all stay the same. Only change them if you need to. There's also this handy pair of spring-loaded stops. That'll let you accurately reposition holes on multiple workpieces. I typically use those when I'm drilling the end grain holes building face frames. And plus there's a nice tray for all your common accessories when you're done working for the day. Well, if portability or keeping your pocketbook in check are going to be your main concerns, I think that R3 Jr. jig is a good one to start with. I know for years that's the only way I had to drill pocket holes in my shop, and it worked just fine. If you want to step up to something that's more ergonomic and is also easy to add pocket holes to existing projects, that 520 Pro is really great. That ability to twist the handle, that trigger grip handle that rotates, is really an excellent feature on that 520, and I think it makes it a standout on some of the mid-size pocket hole jigs. But if you have large projects on the horizons, there may just be no substitute for a full benchtop pocket hole machine like the Foreman. I use that anytime I need to cut more than 10 or 12 pocket holes at a setting. So things to think about as you're choosing your next machine for drilling pocket holes.